All right, people. I just want to break some more of this interview with Kamala Harris down for you. It gets more interesting, and we just got to point out a few more things here. Um, let's continue.
As Vice President, you were tasked with addressing the root causes of migration in southern countries and
Northern part of Central America.
the northern part
Yeah.
of Central America that
Doesn't
deals
matter.
with, that affects the southern border of the U.S. During the Biden-Harris administration, there were record numbers of illegal border crossings. Why did the Biden-Harris administration wait 3.5 years to implement sweeping asylum restrictions?
Well, first of all,
I can give you the quick answer real quick before she said, well, first of all, don't she look like she about to lie? You tell me, don't she look like she about to lie? Let me tell you the truth before she's about to lie to you. The reason why they didn't do it in 3 years because they have a plan to bring all these people in on purpose. They were flying these people in. The only way these people were able to come in at the mass numbers they were able to come in, that had to be an organized operation by the government to get these people in here like this. The only reason why they changed it is because of political reasons. They saw that the American people were getting sick of this. They saw seeing all of the violence that these illegal immigrants are causing all around this country right now. You can go look up. I want anybody that see this video, go look up Colorado in Aurora, Colorado, what these illegal immigrants are doing. That's if you vote her in another 4 years, that's what you're gonna see across a whole bunch of cities in this country. I want you to go look up, after you watch this video, go look up what's going on in Colorado, Aurora right now. Migrants taking over apartment buildings and all type of stuff. Go look that up. If you give this woman and her policies, because she's obviously sticking to Joe Biden's policies, so this is what they're going to do. When you see that video over in Colorado, imagine this going all across this country. 4 more years, that's what it's going to look like, I'm trying to tell you.
the root causes work that I did as vice president, that I was asked to do by the president, has actually resulted in a number of benefits, including historic investments by American businesses in that region. The number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced since we began that work. But I will say this, that Joe Biden and I and our administration worked with members of the United States Congress on an immigration issue that is very significant to the American people and to our security, which is the border. And through bipartisan work, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, a bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support. And Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have contributed to securing our border, and because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress, don't put it forward. He killed the bill.
And he did do that. Of course, that's what goofy ass politicians gonna do. He don't get no pass for that. But the truth is, that bill wasn't gonna stop these people from coming in. They were still gonna let thousands and thousands of illegals just flood our borders. It was just a certain amount each day. Does that sound like some type of border security to you? We're just gonna let these people flow in here. We're just not gonna let 100,000 a day flow in there. We're just gonna let 20,000 flow in. Stop it. That bill wasn't about nothing anyways. Okay? Let's make it clear. If you have Republicans and Democrats come together, these are the establishment Republicans and establishment Democrats that came together with this. Those MAGA and Tea Party people on the right and those more progressive people or more other people on the left, all of them didn't go along with this. But let's continue.
Security bill that would have put 1,500 more agents on the border. And let me tell you something, the Border Patrol endorsed the bill. And I'm sure in large part because they knew they were working around the clock.
Hey, I want you to understand that Donald Trump had stopped all of these illegal immigrants coming in, right? Because he had the hold and stay where you at policy. So these people came in. They're the one who put all the pressure on the border patrol. So just think about this. So if I come in, take all your water from you, right? And then you're thirsty, and I say, hey, I took all your water from you, but I got a 5-gallon pound water from you. You're gonna take that. That's why they endorse it. That's all you got? Okay, we'll take it. You caused this whole issue for us, so the little bit you're gonna give back, I guess we'll have to take it. I want you to just think about that. They caused the situation, put the border people in a situation where they got to take anything they can do right now because we got 100,000 people. You saw the videos of them rushing through the gates and all of that. That was Joe Biden and Kamala's policy that allowed that to happen in the first place. You can't never trust nobody who will cause an issue, and then they'll say you have, well, we got something here to fix the issue that they caused. All right.
And 1,500 more agents would help them. That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done to address their concern.
Before they even talked about coming up with a bill, do you understand that they stopped the flow? They've slowed the flow down, right? Because of Joe Biden's executive orders. Do you understand that we have now imported a whole gang in this country from these other countries? Whole gangs in this country running around now. He could have stopped it while y'all were negotiating on the bill. They didn't stop nothing. They continue to let these gangs and the fentanyl and the drugs that this pinhead woman is talking about right now. They didn't. Let's continue.
And a pain that they've experienced.
So you would push that legislation again. I just want to
Not
ask
only
about,
push it, I will make sure that it comes to my desk and I would sign it.
just one other question about something that you said in 2019 when you first ran. There was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
When I had to leave my nursing job, I was stunned to find out I'd have to pay nearly $600 a month to keep my health insurance.
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally.
They didn't enforce and follow none of those laws. Do you hear what she say? You hear what she said? They didn't enforce and follow none of those laws. Do you understand that as the federal government, her and Joe Biden could have enforced those laws and stopped all those people from coming in illegally? They decided not to do it. They made a decision to let these people come into your neighborhoods, take all your resources, especially for black people. If you look at, I want you to, after you look up Colorado horror, look up Chicago and what's going on in Chicago. And those folks over there, what they did over there to those folks with illegal immigrants. Look up all of these cities all around New York. Look them up. They were asking New York and Chicago, these people were asking Joe Biden, the dementia dunce, and the pinhead to do something about this. They didn't do nothing. Till 3.5 years later on. Let's continue.
And there should be consequence. And let's be clear, in this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs, and human beings. I'm the only person in this.
You prosecuted a whole lot of people, a whole lot of black people. Black people. Go talk to people in California before you run around acting like you want to vote for her, and see what she did to black people when she was in power. See what she did when she was in power. Black people. All right.
Who actually served a border state as Attorney General to enforce our laws, and I would enforce our laws as president going forward. I recognize the problem.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed.
She keep mentioning my values have not changed. I told y'all in the video before about her values. Her values is locking people down and getting off the ground with Willie Brown. That's her values. Okay? All right.
And I've worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. As an example, that value has not changed. My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed. I spent 2 terms as the Attorney General of California prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, violations of American laws regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border. My values have not changed. So that is.
They have allowed more drugs and more gang members over the border than anybody has in the last 3 years. This is unbelievable. Continue.
The reality of it, and 4 years of being vice president, I'll tell you, one of the aspects to your point is traveling the country extensively. I mean, I'm here in Georgia. I think somebody told me 17 times since I've been vice president in Georgia alone. I believe it is important to build consensus, and it is important to find a common place of understanding of where we can actually solve problems.
On that note, you had a lot of Republican speakers at the convention. Will you appoint a Republican to your cabinet?
Yes, I would.
Anyone
Yes,
in mind?
I would. No one in particular in mind. We got 68 days to go with this election, so I'm not.
She doesn't have anything in particular in mind. Do you understand? Her head is empty. She doesn't have anything really in particular in mind. We just want to lower down the cost of and we got to protect the middle class and my values. This is unbelievable.
Putting the cart before the horse, but I would. I think it's really important. I have spent my career inviting that have different views, different experiences, and I think it would be to the benefit of the American public to have a member of my cabinet who was a Republican.
I want to ask you about your opponent, Donald Trump.
Okay.
I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
And he
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Did you see? Let me rewind it just a little bit here.
Questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook.
you happened to turn black recently for political purposes.
Political purposes.
Questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow. Hey, I want black women and black people to know that she just, I don't know, you can call it shitting on you. The ones who support her because she is black, she couldn't even come out and on TV and be like, I am a black woman. What black woman doesn't come out? I'm a black woman. I don't know what you're talking about. My history is this, is my history is that. Let's just squash all of this right now. Why didn't she do that? Because she never identified as black like that. Do you understand? She's only trying to do this to now in political, and you don't hear her coming out identify as black. It's the black people trying to push her blackness on everybody else. Like, you can't come and talk about a black woman. You hear Plies and all these talk about a black woman. She is not even claiming she's black. She's not even putting claim to it. And these clown mush mouth Negroes like Plies and D.L. Hughley's of the world talking about black. You can't come out and say nothing against a black woman. I can come out and say against anybody that's running for president and trying to fake like she black just to get my vote, just to not do nothing for me when she get into her. As a matter of fact, do things that go against my community. I do have the right to do that, you clowns. You turncoat, buck dance, tap dancing, coon ass clowns. I have a right to do that. We're gonna leave it there. If you heard something that you didn't hear before, you like what you're hearing, just hit subscribe, hit the like button, share it if you like.